David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with a special fountain pen review. Every year since 2003, Graf von Faber Castell has produced a limited edition Pen of the Year. When they first started with this series, the focus was on unique materials like snakewood and amber and jade. Then they moved on to themes around European palaces. Lately, the themes have related to cultural groups like the Vikings and Romans and samurai. That cultural theme continues with the Pen of the Year for 2020, which is called Sparta. What I'm going to do today is go over the parts and features of the Sparta, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for. I'll show some measurements and some size comparisons. Big thanks go out to Graf von Faber Castell for providing this pen on loan for review. The Pen of the Year for 2020 is inspired by the Greek heroes of Sparta and their king Leonidas, who came into power around 490 BCE. For centuries, the small province of Sparta was the strongest military power in ancient Greece. The discipline and superiority of their warriors is legendary. And this pen embodies the characteristics of these warriors. The pen arrives in this very large box. Now when you open it up, it's efficiently and safely packed, but I thought it was interesting that the pen doesn't actually arrive in the actual box. The pen is here in the smaller box. And inside, we finally have a very nice piano lacquered box. And the pen is contained within a nice cloth pouch. And here's a look at how the pen sits in the display tray of the box. Now, I really want to give Graf von Faber Castell credit here. Some pens, as this one does, arrives with rather significant display boxes. It's been one of my pet peeves in the past, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, but it's always bugged me that these large boxes would only hold a single pen. Now, if the space you have to store your pens is limited, it's hard to justify an enormous box for a single pen, no matter how nice the pen is. These boxes are large enough that you could add a slotted tray underneath for multiple pens. And if you did that, then the box would have additional functionality. And that's exactly what Graf von Faber Castell has done here. You can remove the top tray, and underneath there's room for an additional 6 pens. I wanted to give them props for incorporating additional storage into the design. I believe they've been using this style box since their 2017 Pen of the Year. It's a good thing. There is a marketing video for this pen posted on YouTube as well as the Graf von Faber Castell site. While it's standard marketing material, it's Oscar quality compared to the Montegrappa Chaos marketing video from a few years back. Here's the little pouch it arrives in, and here is the pen. This is the Graf von Faber Castell Pen of the Year 2020, the Sparta. There are 2 versions of this pen. There is a black edition, which is made from an anthracite metal with a PVD coating, and the barrel is set with 42 uncut diamonds, totaling 2.1 carats. Then there is this ruthenium-coated metal model, which has 7 rough-cut diamonds, and we'll take a closer look at those here in a little bit. These are limited edition pens, with 270 being made available of the black edition and 310 of this ruthenium edition. Now there's a lot to cover with this pen, so let's start by taking a look at the cap. The end of the cap is rounded and crowned with this spring-loaded clip. It's based on the Greek ridge helmet. A Spartan helmet contained a brightly colored horsehair crest, which would make the soldier appear to be taller. It also served to potentially lessen blows from enemy weapons. It's also based on the shape of a horse's neck. The clip is flared toward the end for functionality, and the cap is straight and polished to a high shine. At the end of the cap, it's engraved with the company name, Graf von Faber Castell on one side and Handmade in Germany on the other. Right below that is a nice Greek key design encircling the cap. There is a rounded step down to the barrel. The barrel is straight, it's ruthenium coated, and has a sandblasted matte finish with a milled pattern. The pattern on the barrel symbolizes the strip-style armor worn by the Spartan warriors. At the bottom of the barrel, each of the panels is adorned by 7 uncut diamonds, each being 0.35 carats. Then we have another Greek key band and a small step down to the end portion of this barrel. At the end of the barrel, it is engraved with Pen of the Year, and the top contains a lacquered inlay featuring the lambda character. Lambda is the 11th letter in the Greek alphabet and shorthand for the Lacedaemonian, which was the historical name of the Spartan state. The lambda symbol was also emblazoned on the Spartan warriors' shields as well. The cap unscrews with a single twist, and underneath we have this ruthenium-coated 18-karat gold nib stamped with the Graf von Faber Castell logo and pen of the year. It is available in fine, medium, broad, and double broad. And here's a look at the plastic feed. To say this section is unique would be an understatement. The milled matte section is a reference to a warrior's breastplate. If you have long desired to have six-pack abs represented on a pen, then this is the pen for you. The matte finish really helps you maintain a decent grip on this very heavy pen. Coming in at a total of 103 grams, this is a hefty pen. Just to compare, the Pelikan M200 I reviewed recently was 14 grams, so it would take almost 8 of those M200s to match the weight of this pen. Even though this is a very heavy pen, I find it to be very well balanced, so that the heft is evenly distributed across the barrel. Now, the cap somewhat posts. I say somewhat because it will fit over the end of the barrel, but it really doesn't affix itself at all to the barrel. It's rather loose, so if you're not careful, the cap would just fall right off. But that's okay though. With the mass of this cap, it would significantly backweight this pen and make writing uncomfortable. This is a piston filler. In order to operate the piston, you first remove the blind cap, exposing the piston knob. This piston knob has a nice ratcheting mechanism that prevents you from overextending the piston. Plus, it's just a cool sound. Right after this section, there is a small translucent ink window which transitions into the cap threads, which are set far back enough that I don't find my grip rests on them at all, but I don't find them to be sharp or uncomfortable. The Sparta is available from a number of retailers and has a retail price of $3,900. At authorized dealers, you'll find the pen for around 20% less, bringing the price down to right around $3,100. The black edition, the one with the additional diamonds, will retail for $5,400 or around $4,300 at authorized dealers. Now, when you're considering pens in this price range, I've said this many times previously, you're not just buying a pen. Yes, you're paying for the physical materials, but it is like art. Placing a value on things of this nature can be very subjective. Having the opportunity to spend time with a number of pens in this price range, I will say that I feel the price for this pen is warranted. It's a quality piece of craftsmanship that fulfills its goal to represent and pay tribute to the warriors of Sparta. So now it is time for some measurements and some size comparisons. This is the manual the pen comes with. It does a nice job of giving you information behind the history of Sparta and a lot of the meaning and symbolism built into the pen. It's just some nice helpful information and some nice photos as well. I thought to show this pen, I would actually show it here on the display tray. Now, I don't know if you could actually read that Sparta. You can see the lights are kind of flushing it out a bit. You can see that it says Sparta in here. And that's what the pen looks like on the display case. And in regard to some size comparisons, I thought for the size comparisons, I'd actually use the tray that comes with the display case that I like so much. So in comparison to the Sparta, we have the Sailor King of Pens in the Royal Tangerine. There is a Pilot Custom Urushi. There's a Classic Pens LB5, a Pelikan M1000, and then finally a Conid bulk filler king-sized. So here we have the Graf von Faber Castell Pen of the Year 2020 Sparta. I think that the pen does a very good job of incorporating the spirit of the Sparta culture as well as the symbolism of the warriors into the pen, and is a really nice addition to the Pen of the Year lineup. I'm looking forward to seeing what they come out with next year. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.